I mean, yes, the Vladimir can carry out into the game, but the power spikes of the Akali is such a big problem. And now we're going to be even seeing the Riven be picked up after the recent adjustments, or rather the buffs on this champion. No way.
Nah.
No way.
They're just teasing us with this.
Though I missed this champion being used before in the mid lane, especially by Bo3 United Esports past mid laner. Also our, Nigma Galaxy as well. Aaron loving picking the champion up. JDG has to pick an ADC. It is required by the rules, and they will pick up the Zeri instead.
Yeah. They won't be picking Singed anytime soon, but that would be a blast, huh? They do pick up a Singed again. He's gonna deny it. Imagine the amount of denial that a Singed can use in this comp in particular.
Be so irritating.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But unfortunately, a time has passed for now, so no Singed. It's gonna be the Zeri locked up in its place on top of a Riven. Hey, we do have a Riven, so that's one thing that's a little bit off meta here. Works very similarly to an Aatrox, but I think definitely has a little bit more counterplay intertwined into this into its kits.
The thing is there is that the runic blade of the Riven in terms of AD scaling has been increased from 20% to 30%. The keepers as well, the Son of the Riven, the second skill, is gonna be having a better cooldown this time around. At level 1, instead of 10 seconds, it's 8.5. So I think in terms of outplaying and also just being able to kite around in the early game, it's gonna be much more possible here for the side of JDG, for Lemon to be able to stand this ground against the Camille. Normally we do see the Ignite also present on the Riven, especially against a Fiora, but let's see what's going to be adjustments here by JDG, as again, KBG is match point and it's looking to close the series out.
Yeah, and of course, in a Fiora versus Riven matchup, it is going to be skill matchup, right? So, KBG and going to have to bank on the performance of their individual players here, with a lot of attention over towards that Aatrox this time. Tatan already had a spotlight on him last game. It's going to be even more pointed towards him as he locks up the Aatrox this time. Remember, this is a champion that he has been really struggling to perform on, at least in this season. So this is going to be, again, another big proving ground for Datan, who, remember, also got the MVP of that last game. And the good thing about this game's comp is look at Yuyu on that Gragas early engagement towards that bot side.
You're forcing out at least Barry to just walk away. Flash as well has been used. Shama just applying pressure, especially with Yuyu. Just, irritating them. Again, that's the thing with the Ezreal. Actually, early game can be so useful, especially now with the prioritization on the Kraken Slayer as a key spell or keystone. JDG definitely feeling a bit of pressure in the laning phase, at least in the bottom lane.
Absolutely. And again, it's Yuyu's proactivity that's giving them off a lot of it. And okay, here this time, Max jumping in.
Wow, Shama getting hit by the Justice Punch as Yuyu is not actually there. At least for that instance. Unable to get anything done except for some damage to Shama.
What a prediction though from Max, predicting where Shama is going to TP2. Actually gets the knock up there. A little bit scary for a second there, but thankfully Yuyu just able to make it in time. Body Slam connects.
Justice Punch as well gonna be used by Max, but is taking too much damage already. The slow gonna coming in from Yuyu as well. And Shama having better trades. Great prediction as well by Yuyu that Max is just gonna be forcing himself to take the cannon minion a while ago. But yeah, it's just the small things in the bottom lane. Not much being made by both teams just yet.
The difference between that pick this time, the Aatrox, compared to a Kha'Zix, is that there's a lot less free reign, right? As a Kha'Zix, you have a lot of space to move around. You can go in and out of fights. As an Aatrox, once you activate World Ender, you have to start chasing your opponents, right? You have to full-on commit to the fight, which is perhaps something that Datan has been unable to come to get comfortable with yet. But of course, this is a completely different playing field now that he's gonna go for a gank.
No level 5 for Yuyu just yet, but they will commit to the bottom slam here onto Barry, taking a lot of damage already. Max is gonna be tanking so much. but is unable to protect the backline. That's gonna be at least first blood, but a trade of kills by JDG, I think it's still okay.
Yeah.
As the Thon nearly gets taken out as well.
Yeah, flash onto the Darkened Blade. Make sure that they will be getting the punish onto Barry. Take a look at that one more time. Look at the decisiveness here of KBG. Couple of flashes invested and knowing exactly when to back on out. Really nicely executed there as GU goes in for the rotate onto the middle side of the map now. That is the early game. Actually, barely. Actually, no advantage secured off of that. So KBG gold dead even still. At least they put a ton of numbers onto a little bit of kills rather onto Datan's hands. So that's certainly a good, nice swing of gold in their favor. And I would expect both junglers to just have a little bit more of a quieter time here in this jungle. Apart from that invade coming through from once. I think it activates the OT there. And next objective spawning in a little while now. That's the Ocean Dragon and the Rift Herald too. So I doubt that there is going to be a couple of engagements until then. And besides, it's not worth the risk for now.
I mean, especially for KBG, right? There's no rush on their side. You have 3 scaling champions. Even the Camille is going to be impacting the game later on through the macro play. Especially if the Hull Breaker gets picked up here for KG. Datan actually visiting the bottom lane for the second time, just lingering down, but they have placed a vision there, so I think it's not going to be the best case to just continue farming. JDG will also be fine for now.
He's getting closer and closer to those first objectives. That's where we get to really see the first glimpse of what the rest of this game is going to be for both Datan and, of course, Once as well. We remember struggled so much in that last game. This time has the Kazakhs and seemingly a lot more control towards Rift. JDG is sort of indicating that that's exactly what they want to prioritize this time. But remember, in that last game, KBG had such a good early game that they were able to secure both the Rift Herald and the first Dragon. Can they do the same thing this time is the question here. GG.
Will we see the UU special once again to set things up here for the Dawn to get both objectives? Yeah, that's our question. And they can only answer it with their playstyle this time around. Once going to be starting this RH, but Faber actually turning onto the Dawn, chasing him downwards, and they're going to be used to try and walk away. Shuriken not connecting. And the Knight is going to be there as well, so this RH is going to go to Once.
Wow. And off of Faber's great hold there, finding where exactly Datan was going to be positioned and forcing out the recall as well. There is a chance for JDG to actually contest this Dragon. That's why Anran is forced to start this up this time, because Datan had to recall, remember. But there should be enough time for the rotate to come through. But JDG playing more towards the safe route this time. As KBG forces
Lemon. Oh no, he is in big trouble this time, and it's hard to survive. Actually, he is able to flash away, and Faber's gonna be at least here to help out, hiding under the shroud. And Talon's gonna be used to at least dissuade some of the members here of the KBG squad, but Cass is gonna be pure. This time, 2-for-2 special on the Dragon, securing here off Once, but this time they secure the kills as well, alongside with KBG. And JDG off to a great start here.
Absolutely great. And it's the rest of the JDG squad enabling, well, their jungler. Once already had the setup for him because everyone else did it there. Rift Herald and Dragon secured into the hero's entrance to deny everyone here. KBG and Fabai again was the one to making it happen. Just holding the line between the objective and, well, the entirety of the KBG squad this time. With the reinforcement of Max, of course, make sure that KBG can't even get close. And that's a huge gold lead, this time in favor of JDG this early on.
And Narayan was able to pick up the kill onto Fabai, but was overextended and unable to deal the AoE damage to the rest of JDG. And since Lemon was there, it was able to punish out, at least trade a 1-for-1 against him. Looking at the gold, it's everything now being taken by JDG. Almost a 4,000 gold lead against Keepest Gaming.
And the problem with the comp this time of KBG is that they don't have that ADC to rely on for the scale. So it's going to be extra hard to find some scaling options. Especially with Datan falling so far behind this time. We haven't checked the gold deficits in the gold differences in a while, but I would think that Datan is trailing by a few thousand at least. against his opponent because of the kills and the objective takeaways. For now, though, it is a little bit of a calm period before a storm, so to speak. But KBG has to dig deep here. They only have an end reel, so not a lot of scaling potential there. And the Vladimir has to come up huge this time from Andra 9. And remember, the trend has been continuing. Oh, hold that thought.
Hextech Ultimatum. Lemon still trying to fight back, waiting for the Hextech Ultimatum to expire, but it's not gonna be that too short. Katon helping out secure kills here alongside with KG. Can actually enable them to pick up this turret in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Side. Ram almost getting taken down by Wands there. Flexing his Kazakh's muscles this time. And the trade of objectives, trade of church is going to be there as well. So KBG is really struggling in this early game. Not looking too good for the prospects of their late game either.
I mean, it's still a strong late game scaling composition. Even Xiaoma will deal massive damage later on, especially with a true shot barrage. And I think that's going to be a great enabler here for the rest of KBG. Even before, right, we have seen such a great combination with an Ezreal and a Vladimir on a Baron fight, right, that actually led to an amazing result by the team that we have seen last time around. But JDG, they're prepping us for it as well.
Absolutely, but fact of the matter is, statistic-wise, Vladimir comps hasn't really been finding their groove quite recently. I mean, not just for one team, but for all the teams of this season so far. And even on KBG stats, it has been a sort of 50-50 whenever they pull out the Vladimir comp. So prospects of that becoming successful this time is not looking statistically too good. But of course, things are a little bit different this time, because it's JDG they're facing up against, and a 4,000 gold deficit is semi-ideal here for the KBG squad. On top of the uncertainty of having this Aatrox on the Tan's hand, so yeah, it is not looking too great historically here, KBG. But we can't count our eggs before they're hatched here. It is still just 10 minutes into the game, so anything definitely could still happen. But look at the gold differences here. 1,000 in favor of Once this time, and a huge advantage over towards Feibai and Akali.
I'm sorry, because I don't know why, but the moment you said count your eggs, I thought of balut.
You're making me hungry here.
Yes,
hungry.
I'm hungry as well, man. But they're hungry for kills. The cat's gonna be here onto Barry. Might be very good here for KBG, but they have to take into consideration Feibai here, hiding under the shroud, dealing some damage, getting hit by the Thought, able to at least flash away, but still gonna get taken down. But the Dragon is already taken here by JDG, and I think that's the most important thing for their side. KBG, yes, they're able to take a kill, but the only thing they can take next is just this tower in mid lane.
Let's take a look at that one more time if we can. JDG with the quick decision making again nets them off a huge objective. KBG unable to keep up one more time. They're looking to force this tower, but the fight breaking through.
No cast this time around for Yuyu though, and they're gonna be turning on to Yuyu, trying to deal the damage, trying to break him out. Gargoyle Stone Face to try and stay alive. Lemon as well, getting the wind slash, able to take a kill. Here's entrance to dissuade the other members here of KBG, and that's how strong the team fighting is for JDG.
Yeah. Quick rotation too. KBG pressing a little bit too far there, and ends up biting them back in the butt later on. But yeah, you can definitely see KBG feeling the pressure now, right? They lost way too many objectives now, and they feel compelled to trade it with turrets and with map control. It's forcing them to go into these awkward situations, and that's when JDG strike. Now KG all alone here on this bottom side. They could get dove. Fortunately, the reinforcement is going to be there, but the fact remains, KBG this time playing from the back pedal position of this game.
Baron has just spawned as well, and can be targeted later on here by JDG. However, KBG has known to come back from games as well, just with the bigger objectives. Yes, there is already 2 dragons taken here by JDG, but one Baron fight can change it all. One Elder Dragon steal can change it all as well. Just one cast of Yuyu can pave a way for KBG to deny everything that JDG has worked out for.
Oh, KBG is starting to put up a little bit of pressure towards that Baron. But I don't think the threat is going to be there at all. KBG don't nearly have enough damage. Not even close to having enough damage to close out this Baron before JDG can sniff them out. So the things coming out here seem to be just to discover where the position of Anran is for the moment. Okay, they're fighting.
Return. Once actually took a lot more damage than he's supposed to do, but Max is actually tanking so much as well. Faber gonna be entering, targeting KG here onto the backline, taking out so much of the pressure here to KBG. The bottom is gonna be there. Finally, the Badman gets picked up. Stacy's gonna be used to buy some time here for Fabai. And Max as well just saving the life here of Fabai. Now Bear's gonna be online on the free hit here, chasing out Hiryu. Still is able to at least stack some of the damage here of JDG, but now they turn onto the Baron. Or at least reset for now. KBG actually thought they had them. But JDG was more prepared. Max this time delivers a blow.
Yeah, Max with the bailout of his teammate. Make sure that they keep control of this game. And they take another big objective. The biggest one of that's this entire game. That's the Baron secured. And KBG, they're starting to fall under this pressure. Let's take a look at how that happened again. I mean, KBG had a nice little catch here onto Lemon, and then it was Fabai becoming a little bit too aggressive, so everyone turned on him. And take a look at this here. 1 HP left on K-Bai, goes golden, and that actually mistimes the Darkened Blade, and Max goes in, capitalizes off of it with the Justice Punch, and KBG never recovered from it.
Man, Max, you are a hero of Fabai and this game. You're the reason why they won the team fight against Keepers Gaming and get the Baron now. As they are splitting up across the map, going with a 1-3-1 as well as setting up for the next objective, which is the last dragon. And we can actually just potentially take it without any contest. It's looking pretty bad already for KBG. 6,000 gold ahead here for JDG as well. Max gonna be checking here in this area. Truset Barrage gonna be already here onto the Ice Dragon. It spawns up. Back's going in. This is Punch gonna be used. As Nad Children actually doing a lot as well. Faye by accessing the backline, hunting onto the strat as well. Just to allow the members of JDG to finish up that one kill a while ago. Stab goes in! Amazing outplay there being made by JDG as they wipe the floors of KBG with their body. JDG now having the soul as well. It's just so perfect in execution here by JDG.
Yeah, the Don can't even get close there, and he just gets popped the moment he gets isolated from the rest of his squad. JDG playing this team fights perfectly, and Aaron gets jumped.
Oh, at least able to Blood Bowl out. But again, the pressure and the damage is too pure. The side with Skazix. JDG now knocking on the doors. Lemon as well, and once turning on to KG. Mid lane tower taking too much damage from Barry as Feba is pushing the bottom lane. They get the inhibitor tower in the mid lane as well to open up the pace. And from 6,000 gold, now it's 11,000 against KBG.
The biggest lead there we have seen here in this series. 11,000 in favor of JDG as we hit the 16-minute marker. And this is looking like a done deal here. JDG, all they have to do is close out the game. But the Elder Drake is spawning up. This is an opportunity for the comeback here, for KBG. If they can even get close to this fight. I mean, we've seen time and time again KBG attempt at these contests. But by the time that the Titan is able to get close to these objectives, he's already destroyed. So
yeah,
there's a lot of work to go through. And even then, will they even be contesting this Elder Drake? Because it's just so far down behind. As you said it yourself, 11,000 gold behind is absolutely huge.
I mean, we have seen comebacks happen time and time again just through a steal on the Elder Dragon. And it was us casting as well on both of those instances. KBG, can they do it as well? As Baron's gonna be spawning up, that's the first step. They need to find ways to infiltrate the backline here of JDG. Maybe sneak their way towards the Baron as well to be able to secure it through the Thon. But now Yuya's gonna be the first guy being turned! Getting dove here! Takes a bit of damage, but still is gonna be able to heal himself back to full health, especially with his War. But fortunately, he does have the Gargoyle to actually shove away some of the damage, be able to survive. KBG is definitely feeling so much pressure right now.
Absolutely. Playing from the back end of this game has certainly taken a toll on their playstyle. It seems like Baron is available. Elder is spawning already. KBG, they've set their sights on contesting that. JDG as well, but the taunt connects.
Yu gonna be turned. Execute to meet him onto the Gallon after the best target right now, but someone's gonna be slowing them down. But well, not committing on that Shuriken a while ago, but he did connect onto Yu. Now, get connected onto Onrun. They're now turning onto the Elder Dragon as well. What will KBG do this time around? Lemon is going to be in the vicinity as well, targeted by some of the members here by KBG. Max going to go in with the Justice Punch as well. As Ben is going to be free hitting. Return. Max going to get taken down. Favor as well, just lingering in the area, but they take the taunt already. The Aatrox is down. Elder Dragon being taken here by once as the fight commences. And now, the hero sentence by Max is just going to be so pure as the Elder Dragon fire breathe onto the member here of KBG. That's going to be it. JDG just gonna be running in down mid and pushing us to a game number 3.
Yeah, it should be the game here for JDG after a very clean fight on that Elder. They get the ace as well, and that's it. Game number 3. KBG task is not done, and the Titan's Aatrox continues on in a sort of limbo state here. Have a lot to work out if they want to secure